As indicated earlier, we have a very, very special guest with us. He is no other than Saurabh Bajaj. Let me introduce him with a different lens. He has been a prolific writer and a voice of LinkedIn over the last 3 to 4 years. And very recently, he has authored a book. It's called Practical Marketeer. We'll talk about it and we shall ask a few questions to Saurabh. Welcome to Saurabh to iContent channel. Let's talk about the book. It is Practical Marketeer, and apparently you might feel that it is meant for the marketing people, but let me set some context because I am showing this book with a very, very different reason. I always felt as a sales professional that anyone, especially from the level of ASM, they must have elementary knowledge about marketing, and in turn it will help them build career very, very well. So I will request and invite my students and the viewers, especially the ASM friends, to try this book to get started on marketing. The idea is not to become a pandit, but the whole idea is to pick up the threads. So go to Amazon and book your copy. And on this happy note, our first question to Saurav is, how is the book doing since it has been launched about a month back? Over to you, Saurav.
Thank you, Gigi. Thank you so much for having me here. And like you mentioned, my book, The Practical Marketeer, is meant for non-marketeers. It's meant for salespeople to understand what marketing is all about. And thankfully, the book is doing quite well.
Question number 2 for Saurav. We all know that this ASM to RSM journey is a very, very tough journey, and only a few make it to that level. Therefore, we must try to understand what an ASM needs to take care of. So, therefore, we will ask for your views that why are many ASMs missing on this roadmap. So, if you can highlight your views on this.
Gigi, you're right. Not too many people have been able to make this journey from becoming a senior ASM towards becoming a head office resource in sales. But today, when there are so many roles coming out, whether it is e-commerce, modern trade, customer marketing, there's no reason why people should not be able to make it now. But to make that shift, from what I have observed, people who have managed to do it have done it because they either had high self-awareness, or they were able to show the right behaviors, or they were able to master their communication, or they realized that data is their friend. They were able to drive decisions through data. So with the combination of these 4 things, I think in today's time, there is no reason why people can't do this.
One more question. In our last episode, we mentioned that there are clearly 3 roadmaps for the senior ASMs. One is they can become a branch resource, which means a branch sales resource. The other option is they can become branch support resource. They can look at certain functions like customer marketing or sales operations, etc. And there could be a third option, which is becoming an HO resource, looking after a channel maybe at a national level. Now, we would like to ask you, is it a practical idea? Is it really possible that a senior ASM can become a HO resource?
So while it's certainly possible for a senior ASM to become a resource, but for that you need to go beyond your KPIs. It's not only about your performance or numbers. You have to do some basic things very differently. First, you have to take initiatives. Maybe do a GTM, or you need to collaborate. You could collaborate with brand in head office. You could collaborate with the HR team, yeah. Or you need to finally go outside your comfort zone. We all have a comfort zone. You know what your comfort zone is. You have to be willing to say, I am the person you can look to do different things, to go outside what I usually do. And that is where your journey from just becoming a performer to becoming a resource.
Final question is a trick question, Saurav. I mean, because you are in primarily in marketing, so some of my students might want to reach out to you for sessions, and you all are absolutely busy. So can you give us some idea that if some of my students reach out to you, will you be supporting them big time? We must have that word from you right now. Bit selfish, but yet important. Over to you, Saurabh.
Gigi, absolutely. It will be my pleasure. See, I've gone through all the material that you have in the ROAR program, and I know this is going to make a lot of difference in a lot of people's lives. And hence, I would be really happy to be a part of the journey. So feel free to call on to me, and I would love to jump onto a call. Whichever students you recommend, I will be really willing to take out my time and give time to them. And that's my commitment.
Thank you, Saurabh, for finding time and coming in the channel. Thanks a lot, and we shall definitely reach out to you in the future also. Thank you all very, very much. All the best, and God bless.